the belly.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm going live because we are on a little road trip here. Not too long, but we got a little bit of time. So, yeah, we're going to her sister's for the weekend. It's Thursday, and we'll be going through Sunday. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what to talk about. Actually, I do know what to talk about. I have something to talk about that happened this morning, but I'm going to wait. We'll get to that in a little bit. So,
He's gonna rant about something.
yes, I am going to rant about something. I haven't told you about it yet. I wanted to make a video about it, but I literally have no space on my phone, so I can't even like take the 2 minutes to like get a clip together and like, anyways. So, but I can do that on live, so this is perfect. Yeah, we got about an hour and a half till we get to her sister's house. We're gonna be there for a couple days.
In 24 minutes.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so, you know, she's 36 and a half weeks pregnant. So we're doing a little trip, a little getaway before the baby comes. And, yeah, in preparation for this, since I knew I wasn't going to be able to make a lot of money this week, I was going absolutely ham last week and made 880, something like that, which my normal week is like 500. But, I mean, that being said, the past 3 weeks, I think, have been 3 or 4 weeks, actually, have been $700, been great. I've kind of been pushing myself, obviously, because, well, now she's on maternity leave. Technically, she has no benefits at her job. And so, but she's not working anymore, so I'm, you know, picking it up with some extra hours and stuff. And it's been great, largely thanks to catering and Amazon Flex, which is what we did today. I did a Amazon Flex route at 3:45 in the morning. It was $82.50. Did it in 3 hours. And then I had a catering that paid out $123. And I did that in an hour and a half. So $200 day. It was great. I think we only worked like 4.5 hours total today. And yeah, now we're on a little road trip to Illinois. So yeah, you know,
Wow.
if you're passing by, you're a gig driver, whatever, hang out in the chat, come in and out as you're delivering. Again, we got about an hour for this live. So what were you gonna say?
I got a funny story.
Bet.
So one of my new coworkers, I forgot. Well, she was training but opposite shifts as me at the time, and I had to work with her one time because my shift got changed to her shift, like afternoon or whatever, because I used to work morning. And she's like, "Oh, you're from Illinois?" And I was like, I did, but I was like, don't ever call it Illinois ever again. But yeah.
So yeah, I don't think we've crossed the Illinois border yet, but we are in windmill territory. So I don't know if that means anything, but yeah, we're chilling.
Windmill.
Where are we going? We are going to, what's Champaign? Is that right? Champaign, Illinois?
Yep.
But
yeah. We have to pass Lafayette, and then once we pass Lafayette, I think we'll be in Illinois.
Yeah. We're from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I was born and raised there. That's where I usually dash and cater and, you know, Spark, whatever, all the different gig apps. But we're headed more or less to the middle of nowhere. I don't know if that's rude, but yeah. And I'm actually going to see if I can do some dashing. If I can clear some space on my phone, I'm going to try to make a video dashing on a lot smaller market than I'm used to. So.
Do you see that person in the middle of the road?
I do. I'm going around him. Crazy. But yeah.
Maybe he lives in that house way up there.
Maybe. There was an old dude in the middle of the freaking like interstate earlier. He just parked on one of the, you know, turnarounds that are only for official use for the
cars can park.
For cops or whatever. He just parked there. He's just walking down, like there's no gas station.
It was an old guy. He was probably
old fat guy.
70, 80.
he's just walking along the freaking highway. I'm like, bro, that's not good. So anyway, yeah, an eventful day. But yeah, no, the catering order I did this morning was rough with a capital R. I mean, honestly, overall it went pretty well. But as the dude, when I was picking it up, the chef or the manager, whoever was giving it to me, came in hot. He was like, "It's real heavy. Make sure to hold it by the bottom." And I'm seeing it like drip all over his fancy suit, because this is like a nice Italian restaurant that we picked up from. And I'm like, "Oh, you're dripping, like, you know, it's getting all over your suit." And he's like, "Oh shoot, let me go rewrap it," which was great because I didn't want it all over my car. They bring it out with 2 different boxes. That's nice, but didn't stop it from absolutely leaking through anyways. So not only did my car get absolutely soaked with like this weird pasta sauce or whatever it was, it like almost soaked through the bottom of the box. So I had to hold it from the bottom so it didn't fall through, which I've had that happen before on a catering order. It's not fun. Luckily not with like any sauce or anything, but anyways, it was not pleasant, and I got all disgusting, and it's actually still all over my pants. I didn't get to change before we left, so yeah. But overall, hey, I'm not complaining. It was $123.95 that I made in an hour and a half. I think I drove like 40 miles for that, maybe less. So like, yeah, cash cow. Those are the great kind of offers we're looking for. But now the rant that I do want to talk about was the Amazon Flex shift this morning. Oh my gosh. So again, I might still make a video on this, or maybe I'll just clip it from this live here if I if I don't rage too much. Man, my blood was boiling, dude. But I guess let me start with some context. Okay. And I'll try to be level-headed. But basically, Amazon Flex Routes, they have this, you know, you go to the pickup and they're supposed to only give you like 10 minutes or so to load up all your packages, which is ridiculous. But for whatever reason, they just like decided to really crack down on it. We're fine, we're good. I'm paying attention. Yeah, so they were just like, you know what, screw you guys. If you're not done within the 10 minutes, very strict, then they make you get back in your car without all of your packages and go around and wait for everyone else, like the next block time. So you're pushed back like, what is that, 30 minutes extra, because their procedures suck. Anyway, so they did that to me because I had a 50 package pickup, which is 10 minutes is not enough time to be able to pick all that stuff up. And anyways, I voiced my opinion in a respectful way, I feel like. If Welty's watching, he's got a story about Amazon Flex and getting banned. So we weren't trying to do that, but yeah, so basically I was just trying to voice my concerns because I noticed that because of this, a lot of drivers were just chucking all of their packages in, not organizing them, which was going to delay their route even more, which is what they claimed the policy was for, is that, you know, there wouldn't be any delays. Well, people would put on their hazard lights and then just like pull over off on the main road just outside of the pickup location, and like just again they had to completely reorganize all their stuff, waste way more time, and create a dangerous situation for all the traffic going by. So I was like, this is like clearly backfiring as a policy. And on top of that, just the way they were going about it was like extremely disrespectful. They were like yelling at people. People were literally like, I was watching as people were like starting up their cars and whatever. Some people like waited until explicit instructions to start their vehicle, which is usually way, way, way more lax. And it was just a nightmare. They were like biting people's heads off for not doing things perfectly, and it ended up delaying the pickup even more because of miscommunication, their snarky ass attitude, sorry, and then just the way they were like biting people's heads off. And then on top of that, straight up, they just like retaliated for anyone who like didn't pick up all their packages on time. So that was me this morning. I had to go back around, loop around, and so I was like, okay, I'm ready. And then they were releasing the rest of the pod with, you know, their normal pickup, as they were biting people's heads off, being like, yo, you gotta go around if you're not done. Like, literally, if they just would have given us an extra 2 minutes, or like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, just like have it a little bit of grace, a little bit of like, oh, we're humans instead of numbers and metrics on, you know, 10-minute pickup, then we would have just been able to get it done and be on our way. But no, they're delaying us like an extra 20 to 30 minutes because some manager was like, oh, these numbers aren't right. And anyway, so I bring all this up. I'm like, for me, it's about the safety, and it's about, hey, this is actually wasting more time than you guys are trying to save, you know? And so I bring it up, and the like head traffic person for that day, I don't know, whatever manager, site manager, whatever it is, then started like back talking me about how, oh, well, now that you're not part of this main pickup, I don't have to release you at the same time as the rest. So she was literally holding me longer than needed to be after I had already wasted an extra 20 minutes picking up. And then she was, and again, for the reason to be on time, and then she's like, no, you actually have to wait longer because I said so. And so, like, I don't know if it was just her on a crazy power trip. It really felt like it the way she was talking to some of these people, or if it really is just like the policy. Like, I get it, you know, management comes down and they're like trying to crack down on these stupid policies that don't make sense, and like, what are you gonna do? You know, you don't want to lose your job, I get that, but it was just terrible. And again, I felt very disrespected, and I felt very like retaliated against, and it just doesn't make sense anywhere, whatever. And so I straight up asked them, I said, hey, is there a formal way to, like, you know, file a complaint straight up, or like, you know, a concern or whatever? And they're like, no, you have to do that through the dispatch, which is absolutely stupid. One, because we're independent contractors, so it's like, this is just going to go into the ether of some corporate whatever that will never, you know, directly affect the specific, you know, station, DIN6, Fort Wayne, Amazon Flex. Anyways. And then, so to top it all off, the little cherry on top was that they did not end up filing my complaint. Conveniently, their system had an error and they couldn't put it on my file. They tried it multiple times or whatever. I was like, can you not just, like, I don't know, transfer me to a manager, or like, I don't know, a superior, whatever, for support? Completely useless. So not only did I waste my time explaining my situation and not get heard, but I also was disrespected, delayed my block in their effort to save time on the block, and, you know, could have totally avoided a potentially dangerous traffic situation. All because some manager thought they were smart and thought that cracking down and being disrespectful to their independent contractors. It's not even like we're W-2. We don't have to put up with that crap, or shouldn't have to. You know, we're not employees. So, anyways, it was just the worst, and I am strongly considering not picking up from there anymore, because as good as the money can be, the volatility of like, oh, it could be literally 100 miles for this $80 block. I don't know. But at the same time, I'm in a position where, because of my catering stuff, I kind of need the high mileage routes to kind of balance out my tax deductions with the mileage. So, I don't know. Extremely frustrated. A large downside. So, that's my rant. If anybody can relate, let me know. Sorry, I haven't been really getting to your comments. Have I been doing any more proxy picks lately? No, not really. Proxy picks has been just really slow for me. Any of the ones that are like really worth it are just not either close enough, or I'm like at my W-2 or whatever during it. My most recent one I did was a $14 one that was super easy though. It was part of one of my last ride-along videos, but it literally, I took like 3 photos and then answered a couple of questions, and it took me 5 minutes, $14. I was like, okay, let's go. So, you know, I keep apps on like that, proxy picks. Every once in a while I'll turn on Roadie just to see if there's something like that, but those kinds of apps for me just aren't very, you know, they don't have a lot of volume, so I don't pay attention to them too much. My main ones are Deliver That for catering, Amazon Flex, but we'll see about that. And then DoorDash and Spark are kind of my 2 big fillers. And then from there I'll do Uber Eats, and then Grubhub. I pretty much only do Grubhub whenever they do a $5 promo, little $5 peak pay they throw on there. So it's pretty good there. But what else? What other apps do I have? There's a couple more, but I really don't use them enough that it's like really even worth mentioning. So, but I do try to post all of the apps that I use in the descriptions now, so people can check them out if they're curious. But do I make any money from live streaming? I actually just got monetized on YouTube, so I am able to, but I have not yet. Not a single cent, actually. But I am eligible for like super chats and I don't know. I don't know. This is actually my first live stream since I've been monetized on it, so I'm very new to it and I don't really know how it works. So yes and no. But I am also very, very, very close to being fully monetized with like AdSense and regular stuff in YouTube, just regular like long form content. I think I only need like, it's less than 400 watch hours. So, woo, bumpy road. Yeah, it's been great. I mean, it's all thanks to you guys. So, miles per gallon. I drive a hybrid. So I get great mileage. In the winter it's less because I'm running the heat more and that takes a lot. It's probably usually around 32 to 36. Sometimes as low as 30 if I'm in the springtime and fall time is when it's best because I don't have the heat or the heat, and I'm literally getting like 50 plus miles a gallon. But I think my overall average is around 40. So yeah, pretty solid. We're actually driving in my wife's car right now. She's got a Chrysler 200, and it actually gets pretty decent mileage, especially on the highway. Probably around 30. What'd you say, 36? Something like that on the highway. But 28 to 32 in town. It's not bad at all. Whoa. Oh, never mind. I saw that windmill, and one of the arms was like broken. I thought it was still spinning out of the corner of my eye, but no, it's fine. It's just stuck. So, how about yourself? What do you guys drive? I've always recommended, ever since I got my hybrid, I'm like, this is so worth it, because before I had my hybrid, I was driving a Infiniti G35 X. That took premium gas, and it got like 15 to 17 miles a gallon on a good day. So I think at that time my gas cost was like 15% of my gross income. and now it's like 5% or less with the hybrid. So I wouldn't recommend going out of your way and spending like a ton of money on a hybrid, but I would if you already are in the market for a car and you know it's maybe a couple thousand extra. Let's see here. Nice. I'm starting to remember these roads from last time we visited your sister. Remember when Mom was here? Mom was with us and we visited. I'm like, oh, I recognize this turn. Nice. Yeehaw. Got an hour left, y'all. But yeah, so last week, again, I did a lot of overtime, or well, overtime, whatever you want to call it, in preparation for this week. But this week, because of that catering order and some of the Amazon Flex routes I did, I'm already at, I think, 440 for the week, which is pretty much my normal goal. So plus the overtime from last week, we're already above our average thing for the two. And again, I'm going to try to see if I can work some down here, even if it's just some really bad orders. It'd be interesting for the experience. We do a little ride along in the middle of nowhere. Champagne's not like tiny, so it could be interesting. If they have a Walmart here too, I could switch zones on Walmart Spark and see if I can snag any orders from there too. So that'd be cool.
My stupid phone.
Yeah, it's being dumb. It keeps popping up on here, and I'm like, I can't see the navigation.
Yeah, because it keeps going in and out.
Yeah. Yeah, she's getting the new iPhone 16 though. When is that coming? Like, I think.
Is it 5 to 8 days? So hopefully sometime next.
So yeah, by the time we get back, it could even be there. That'd be cool. But.
I can't remember if it was Sunday or Monday about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, one of
Oof. Yeah, I can't wait to get my new phone, but I'm gonna wait for the 17. So.
I would wait, but I can't at this point.
Yeah, it's literally, she's like holding the charger like that, so that way it, actually charges. She basically has to do that overnight, so it's been a struggle. But yep, went with the 16. That's an upgrade from the 13. I've got the 13 Pro, and I'm probably gonna do the 17 Pro Max, depending on whatever.
I thought you had the 14.
No.
I have the 13.
I have the 13 Pro.
Oh, I thought you got the 14 Pro.
No. Nope.
I just have a regular 13.
Yeah. But yeah, 36 and a half weeks pregnant.
And I'm already spending extra money on the phone.
Yeah. Well, again, that's why I've been working a lot extra, is trying to make up for her,
And
lack of a job.
Cheaper, isn't it? Or about the same?
About the same what?
My new plan for the 16.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of averages out.
Yeah.
So I'm not spending more.
Yeah, and you get a free upgraded phone. That's pretty good. But I think it's going to be a busy couple weeks because my sister's getting married as well, like the week before she's due. So, and we're both in the wedding in some capacity. So, I want to try to do a couple of push weeks, at least 2 where I hit $1,000 for the week. Just because very likely, with gig work and stuff, you don't get any paternal leave. I mean, you hardly get any paternal leave in the U.S. anyways, regardless. So, yeah, I don't know. I want to get some couple high earning weeks so that way I can literally just not work at all for the next couple weeks and can spend as much time with the baby as I can, helping out Kenna. So, and hopefully we can start doing some more live streams.
And then you can introduce the baby.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Y'all can meet our new baby boy. And I don't know if I do any content around it, but Dad Dash, what is it? The Dashing Dad? Oh my gosh, why can't I remember?
Grandpa?
No. Different channel. Oh my gosh, I'm spacing on his name too. I haven't watched
DoorDash Dad? Is that what you...
It's the Driven Dad.
Driven Dad.
And anyway, so I was like, I could just steal his name. Just for a week or something. I think that'd be silly, but yeah, maybe not. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely good motivation to, really hustle up my income. So we'll see. The W-2 has been great too. I mean, I've been working, again, when I started the W-2 a little over a year ago, I was running 8-hour, 10-hour weeks maybe, just because I was doing things so quick. But the position has grown a little bit, and now I'm running about 20 hours a week. So that's pretty much where I wanted to be when I got hired there in the first place. And so everything else with DoorDash and everything is just extra. Well, no, that's not true. It's not extra, especially now that Canada isn't working. But I can supplement it just fine now. It works out. It's great. So, but I've also got a great resume builder with that, and especially now that we're monetized on YouTube, I can call myself a YouTube partner, and I will absolutely throw that on the resume if I really need to. So I think it's a good combo with the video editing, YouTube partner, dashing, whatever. Like, there's options if you're trying to get out of gig work, but at the same time, still don't recommend it full time. So definitely have something on the side where you are, I don't know, keeping your resume nice and up to date. I don't know what else to say about that. Like, basically, you don't want to just have DoorDash on your resume for the past like 5 years. That might be a little tough to land something a little more traditional if you ever do try to get out of the game. I know a lot of people are very adamant that they're never leaving DoorDash, and they've been doing it for 5-10 years, but I also heard stories of people that said they didn't have a plan B, and then suddenly they had to shift gears because their market took a turn for the worse. So I don't know, it's kind of the idea behind multi-apping, just having a backup. So, and that's why I run 10 apps, because if DoorDash decides to kick me off someday, it's not a deal, because I still have catering, I still have package delivery, I still have grocery delivery, and I don't have to worry about it. So I'm not gonna, stress a deactivation app when I've got literally 10 that I'm active on. So yeehaw, we're not gonna pull. Oh my gosh. I know. There was this old lady who drove in the middle of a divided highway right as another car did it.
In front of her.
Right in front of us. And we were barreling down. And she had to get out of the way. About honked at her, but it was, oh my gosh. Because we're not stupid, and we're actually a good driver.
I was like, baby, what are you doing? Hi. What?
I don't know. Say hi.
Oh, hi.
This is the pregnant wife.
Nah, it's another woman.
So yeah. Gosh, I just kind of assumed that, me titling this live something about gig work would kind of attract gig drivers. But if you're not, hey, welcome. Let me know what's up. How's your day been? So again, it's been a great day for me. I made $200 already. I had to wake up at 3 a.m, but that's beside the point. Yeah, and now we're basically going on a mini vacation. It's kind of sick.
I wonder if we're in Illinois already.
Probably. I feel like we have to be.
We have, yeah.
I didn't see a sign That's kind of usually how it goes on these.
I normally go through Lafayette when I cut down this way to get on the interstate to Champaign. But I wonder if we took like a little detour or something.
Yeah, we're kind of going through the boonies here. Oh, my fingers.
I remember doing this much country road.
I mean, I remember this being the same route that we took last time. At least when we went with my mom. But
yeah. Well, I remember like when I would go from like school, I would go through Lafayette and South Bend and
then you cut back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
this is more direct, but
yeah, I want to go on the country roads like this.
Yeah. I can't imagine driving on these roads at night. Oh man, there's like zero.
At night?
Yeah, there's like zero. What do you call those? Like reflector things.
Yeah.
It'd be impossible to see the road.
That's what I'm used to. I mean, I didn't have to drive on these kind of roads, like, really at night.
Yeah, yours were more like, what, this is like a county road, isn't it? Whereas yours were more like state roads.
Yeah. But we do have these roads, like, if you're going to, like, Herrick.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, they do have a highway down there, but, like, if you're not taking that way, because you're on the other side, they would have these kind of roads going to Herrick.
Those guys breaking hard. Yeehaw. Yeah, I was just telling Kenna that I think my car needs new tires, new brakes, and an oil change. So, I mean, you know, we've got the money saved back for it or whatever, but I just changed my tires 6 months ago. Maybe a little more, and I mean, I got a great deal on them, and so that was, you know, wonderful. I think I only paid like $200-300 for a full set of new tires, but I think I'm gonna have to invest in some nicer ones this time because the tread just really ate itself up really quick this time. So